Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Origins of Expressions. Today, we'll be going over the phrases go bananas, compare apples to oranges, a bowl of cherries. What do they all have in common? They're all phrases and idioms around fruit. Let's go ahead and get right to work and start this video. Fruit. It is a delicious and nutritious gift from nature, giving us many varieties, different tastes, and even colors of the rainbow. They are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and dietary fibers, which makes them a natural medicine. Their consumption is not only essential for the health and maintenance of our bodies, but they also make your skin look radiant, young, and glowing, as fruits are full of antioxidants. Because we have been eating and gathering the fruitful gifts for our entire history, it is no surprise that we have created idioms that use fruit as the main subject. Let's not waste any time and peel into our first phrase. Go bananas. Go bananas means to visibly become either excited or angry about something. To become very angry or even act crazy. To physically respond to something that others will quickly be able to notice. Wow, they're going bananas. Bananas have provided a variety of metaphors and figures of speech over time, like banana oil, used to mean nonsense or lunacy since the 1920s. To slip and fall after stepping on a banana peel has been a standard comedy image since the early 20th century. Banana Republic? Well, before it was a clothing store, it was a derogatory term for small countries, usually in Central America, producing fruit as its primary export. Banana was also early 20th century theater slang for a member of a comedy act, usually ranked in importance as top banana, second banana, and so on. It was said to be drawn from a routine where several comedians attempted to share a single banana. Top banana, second banana, and so on went on to become slang for ranking in any tiered organization. The first written record of bananas, in the sense of acting crazy, was in 1956 in an Ohio newspaper. The caption read, "We heard the police broadcast. They said you're bananas." While there are some disagreements about exactly who can take credit for the phrase go bananas, the most common origin has it dating back to various student groups in colleges in the 1960s. It was a time of intense social movements and protests in America. It began with people saying others were going ape over one idea or another, which eventually evolved into going bananas. The origin goes back to the manner in which gorillas are seen to literally go ape over bananas when they are offered to them. Today, we still use go bananas as a way to say you're acting crazy or insane. An example sentence is, the whole crowd went bananas at the concert as soon as the band came out on the stage. Well, let's let them enjoy the concert as we move to our next phrase. Compare apples to oranges. Comparing apples to oranges means that one is trying to draw similarities between two things that are not similar, an unfair comparison. Though one may argue that apples and oranges are both fruits, they do not look, taste, feel, or smell the same, like apples to oranges. The idiom has its roots in an older phrase, comparing apples to oysters, which was seen in Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew in 1592. It reads, "As much as an apple doth an oyster, and all one." John Ray repeats the comparison in his 1670 book of Proverbs, where he also spoke about comparing oysters to apples. Between the late 1600s and the late 1800s, the oysters were dropped in favor of oranges in the comparison. The expression comparing apples and oranges came into use in the 1800s, though the term's popularity didn't take off until the latter half of the 20th century. We see the comparison of fruit being used in other languages before it was fully translated to English. A few of the sayings are, in Latin American Spanish, it is usually comparing potatoes with sweet potatoes. For other Spanish-speaking countries, they're comparing pears with apples. In Quebec French, they use the form that we see today. They compare apples to oranges. while in European French, the idiom compares apples to pears. And they also compare cabbage and carrots. Today, we still use the saying to express that comparing two things is not the same. Even though they may be in the same group, like fruit, they are too different to compare. They are not similar enough. An example sentence is, to compare Italian food with Mexican food is to compare apples with oranges. Now I'm hungry. Let's move over to the next phrase before we get too hungry. A bowl of cherries. A bowl of cherries is used when talking about happy circumstances. Life is good. However, it can also be used ironically when things are not going as good as they should. Well, isn't that a bowl of cherries? The idiom started out as life is just a bowl of cherries, then later shortened to the phrase a bowl of cherries. It was used back to express life is good. The earliest written record of life is just a bowl of cherries was in the column New York Life by Grant Dixon, published in the Tampa Daily Times in 1928. It read, "And why not?" asked the star manicurist of one of the big uptown hotels the other day. "The life of a manicurist on one of those big liners is just a bowl of cherries. My boy, just a bowl of cherries with whipped cream on the side." When we hear life is like a bowl of cherries, everyone remembers the song written by Ray Henderson and the lyrics by Lou Brown, published in 1931. Ethel Merman introduced the song in George White's Scandals of 1931. As time went on, we saw the phrase go from meaning life is great, you have no worries, to having a sour twist as an irony. Nothing is going right. Life isn't a bowl of cherries. Today we can hear it both ways as a positive or turn into a negative. A positive sentence example is, I got a promotion at work and I got engaged in the span of a week. Life is a bowl of cherries these days. On the other hand, a negative sentence example is, I don't have enough money to pay the rent. My car needs repairing and my husband just got laid off. Life is just a bowl of cherries. So many mixed emotions. Let's let them get back to life while we move on. Ooh, fun fact. Did you know that an orange was not named for its color? Yep, that's right. Instead, the word orange comes from the transliteration of the Sanskrit naranga, which comes from the Tamil naru, which means fragrant. The peels of oranges contain fragrant essential oils that are used in aromatherapy, cleaning products, and in cooking. Oranges are the largest citrus crop in the world, Brazil being the leading orange producing country in the world, while Florida and California together produce nearly 25 billion pounds of oranges each year. Make sure you eat an orange every now and then. Not only is it packed with vitamins and minerals, but it has more fiber than most other fruits and veggies. Wow, now that's a super fruit. Well, that's the information I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our idioms and phrases. If you did, I would love to have you subscribe to the channel. It will also keep you from going bananas, wondering when the next video will come out. It's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases around fruit? Maybe you know other idioms and phrases on an entirely different subject. I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. And if I use one of the phrases, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, bye.